This program is an introduction to Jan's alternative method that dogs understand and respond to easily. These methods are ideal for every owner. They're the perfect recipe for a happier dog, irrespective of breed or age.
Come on, Molly. Can you vote? Good girl. Oh, what a good girl.
By adopting Jan's methods, you'll be well on the road to becoming the owner your dog truly deserves. Jan has dedicated her life to dogs. Like millions of owners, she's experienced all kinds of problems with behaviour. Dissatisfied with traditional training methods, it was time to find an alternative.
There was always something missing in my eyes. I just couldn't seem to find the answers I was looking for. Like most people, I wanted my dogs to be socially acceptable. I had to go the route that tradition took me, and that was obedience school. Then I saw behaviourism. What worried me was the growing use of gadgets. You know, it was bad enough using choke chains in the obedience school, but now we were adding muzzles and shock collars and all sorts of equipment. Well, that's not natural and it's not very nice. I actually think it's abusive. And then the magic happened for me. In 1989, my life was transformed when I first saw the original Man Who Listens to Horses, Mr. Monty Roberts.
I call my method Join Up. I use the horse's communication, the language equus. I want the horse to want to be near me, not to want to be away from me. It's an incredible feeling to use the psychology of the horse, to cause him to be my partner. Join Up is a magical moment, and one that never ceases to amaze me. There is the moment of Join Up. Good girl. Good girl.
Monty showed us that by using a set of signals, the horse could be encouraged to work of its own free will without using force or violence because it wanted to. It was happy. That got me thinking, if you can do this with a horse, you've got to be able to do it with a dog.
Jan began her quest to once more forge the link that joined man and dog tens of thousands of years ago.
I began to study the behaviour of wolves. Although the dog has developed enormously over the centuries, the wolf remains untouched. It is the same creature today it was 4 million years ago. And now, as then, its behaviour is dictated by a simple set of rules.
Wolves operate according to a strict hierarchy based on the leadership of the alpha pair. Jan began to see startling similarities of how the wolves communicated clearly and effectively with each other.
They know that their survival depends on the alpha pair. There has to be a leader for the pack to work.
In a wolf pack, alpha has a distinct job description. As alpha, you must ensure survival of your pack. They do that in 3 ways. They provide food, they protect from danger, and they breed. If the dog believes it's alpha, it's in trouble because it has responsibility over all the family members, and it can't do that job in a world that it doesn't understand. Ideally, the dog must be at the bottom of the pack. Then it has no responsibility and no worries. The owners, who do understand the world that they live in, will make all the decisions for that dog, and the dog can be relaxed and happy and just be a part of that pack.
I began to see how my dogs mirrored the behaviour I was seeing in the wild. Like the wolves, they were establishing who was in charge. They would arc over one another, that they would play together, that they would challenge each other.
My dogs were treating me as part of the pack. When I came in the door, they'd jump up at me. When I took them for a walk, they'd get agitated, interact with each other and me. I was part of the pecking order. I was part of the pack.
And then I understood. You can take the dog out of the wolf pack, but you can't take the wolf pack out of the dog.
I started to think through the 4 key areas that the pack abide by and the problems this can give to our domestic dogs. Separation anxiety, when you leave your dog. Then you have perceived danger. What happens when someone comes to the house? Who's going to protect the pack? Then there's the hunt. Who leads the hunt?
Who's taking who for a walk?
And lastly, the food. Who has the power of the food?
This was Jan's most powerful realization of all.
If we could understand the dog's thinking and its language and take over the responsibility as leader, this could only change the relationship for the better.
As Jan practiced her methods, her own dog's behaviour was transformed.
I couldn't believe it was so simple. This method of communication really does work. And the fantastic thing is it works without resorting to force or intimidation or gadgets. And the thing that excites me most is that this can be done by every dog owner who wants to learn it.